Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be making this three-step flare skirt, and it's a 360-degree flare skirt with a smoky waistband on it. So I got my inspiration on this particular picture that I saw on Pinterest by the side of this video. So please, if it's your first time coming across my video, please, you are very much welcome, and please subscribe. And to my returning subscriber, thank you for always watching my video. So guys, this is the fabric we are going to be working with, and this is an Ankara fabric. It's a African print fabric. So as you can see, this fabric is just 3 years. It's 3 years, so 3 years is enough for this particular skirt we are going to be making. So before we go into the cutting, there are some calculation that we'll be doing, especially for the waist circumference of this particular skirt. So as you can see, our waist circumference is always divided by 6.28. So our waist for this particular skirt is 28 divided by 6.28. We'll be having 4 point something. Then the total length of this particular skirt is 20. We'll go ahead and minus 2 inches for the waistband. We will be left with 18 inches. So that 18 inches, we are going to be dividing it in such a way that we can have our 3-step for this particular skirt. So we'll go ahead and minus 5 inches from the 18. We'll be having our 13. We'll be having 13 inches. So from that 13 inches, we'll minus 5 inches. We'll be left with 8 inches. So that will be all. So the first step for this particular skirt will be 8 inches. The second step will be 13. Then the final step will be the 18 inches, which is the total length of the skirt. So we'll now go ahead and fold our fabric into 4. As you can see me doing, just go ahead and fold your material into 4, as you are going to be cutting a 360-degree flare. So for us to know our working space for the first step, our 8 inches, we are going to be adding 5 inches for the waist circumference. We'll be left with 18 inches. So you go ahead and fold your material, fold your fabric, so that you can be left with 18 inches. So after removing the waist circumference, which is 5, and we'll be left with our 8 inches for the length of the first flare. I hope you guys understand what I mean. That is, after removing 5 inches, we'll be left with 8 inches, which is the first step of this particular flare. Mind you, our waist was 28. When we divide it by 6.28, we're having 4.4 something. So I decided to round it up, because this particular skirt will not be having a zipper. So I want it to be more than the waist circumference, so that when I put the smoky waistband on it, it can pass the person's hip. So we'll now go ahead and mark 5 inches for the circumference of the waist. So just go ahead and keep marking your 5 inches for the waist circumference. As you can see me doing, just keep marking the 5 inches like so. Yes, just keep marking the 5 inches. So once you are done marking that 5 inches, this is the part you'll be cutting out for the waist opening. So now go ahead, from that the top, you'll be marking your 13 inches. Which, if you minus that 5 inches from it, it will be 8 inches. Just go ahead and mark 13 inches. But I also added half an inch to this 13 inches for the folding at the down. You can add half inch. You can add 1 inch, depending on the length you want this to be. Me, I added half inch because my major fabric will still be up to that 18 plus my waistband, which will be giving me 20 inches. That is the full length of the skirt, 20 inches. So there was not a big deal. So I just added half inch, which was 13.5, and I went ahead and marked it all through. So now we'll go ahead, after marking it all through, we'll go ahead and cut it out like so. So this is just a 360-degree flare. This is a 360-degree flare. So once we are done cutting this, guys, we are going to be using this first one to cut the remaining part. We'll just go ahead and fold our fabric back into 4. So you just go ahead and fold your fabric back into 4. and you'll be placing this first step on it. And when you place the first step on it, remember the difference between each of these flay is 5 inches. So you go ahead and add 5 inches on it. You just go ahead and add 5 inches on the one that you folded. As you can see, I'll fold my fabric again into 4 as usual, and I'll just take that first step that I cut and place it on it like so, as you can see me doing. And once I'm done placing it like this, as you can see, I still have excess, so I'll go ahead, I'll be adding 5 inches on that, on the full length. I'll be adding 5 inches because the difference between each of these flay is 5 inches, and I will still go ahead and add half an inch, which will now be 13, which this second step will be 18.5 inches because of the 5 inches that I added. Remember, the second step is supposed to be 13 inches. So after the first step is 8 inches, 8 plus 5 will give us 13 inches. So that was just what I did. So I just mark it like so, as you can see. So just go ahead and add 5 inches on the first step to get your second step. Just place the first one to the first one to get your second step. So I'll now go ahead and cut it out. So once I'm done cutting this as well, I will still use this second step to cut the final step. That is the last step that will be carrying the full length of this particular dress. So I'll just go ahead and notch the center of this the first and the second flay. I'll notch the center because that is where I'll be joining these three pieces together. So guys, I'm done folding this one into 4 as well. This is the last step of this particular flay, and this is the one that carry the full length. So I'll be placing the second flay on it. So, and I'll still be adding, when I place the second flay on it, I'll get the circumference, and I'll go ahead and add 5 inch on that second flay to give me the total length of the last one, which is the 18 inches. So that is what I did. I just went ahead and add 5 inches. So you can use the first one to cut the second one. You use the second one to cut the last part of your flay. So this is very, very easy. If you know how to cut your 360 flay, you will know that it's very easy to cut all the steps for that flay. So guys, I'll just go ahead and cut it out. So guys, these are the 3 flay. As you can see, the first one, the second one, and the third one. You can see how it's just looking. I've not yet joined them together, but it's just looking so nice, and it's come out very nice. So you can just try this on your own, and this skirt is just so beautiful. I just love it. How it looks on me, it just looks so beautiful. I didn't have time to test it on myself before posting this video, but it was looking very, very nice. So for the waistband, I just went ahead and cut a fabric very long. The length is 45, the width is 6. The width is 6. So I'll just go ahead and use this elastic thread and do a smoky on it. As you can see, this is an elastic thread. It's a smoky thread. So I'll go ahead, I'll do smoky on it, and after doing smoky, you find out that it will be smaller than the total length, but it will be stretchy. it will be stretchy. So guys, this is it. I'm done doing smoky on it. As you can see, you can look at it. I'll go ahead and measure it now. You'll find out that when I measure it, it will not be up to that 45 that it was, and the width now will be will be left with 5 inches for the width. We'll be left with 5 inches for the width. So we'll go ahead and fold it into two and start pinning it on our fabric. I'll start pinning it on the skirt. As you can see, just go ahead and fold it into two like this. You use your pin, you pin it on your fabric after arranging the steps together. So go ahead and open this, and we are going to be arranging it in such a way that you see how we are going to be arranging it. So you open the first flame like so, as you can see me doing. You put the second step on top the first one, which is the bigger one. Now you put the second step, which is the 13 inches. And then after doing this, you can see I'm arranging it. I make sure that those parts that I notch are all together, that are responding with each other. So now I went ahead to place the last step, which is the smaller one, the first one, which is the smaller one on it, which is the smaller one, as you can see me doing. I will now go ahead and pin it down. Those places that I notch, I'll just go ahead and pin it down. As you can see, this skirt did not have any opening. It doesn't have anything like zipper allowance, because I make sure that the waist was very wide, because when I'll use the smoky waistband on it, it's going to come together. It will not be too big on it, but rather it will just have a sort of like a gather something at the down part of it. So as you can see me now, I'm pinning the smoky waistband on it. I'll go ahead and pin it all round. Before taking it to my sewing machine to do the work, to do the final job of stitching it down. So guys, as you can see it, I'm done stitching it down. So the skirt came out so beautiful and it's just so nice. The only thing that is left now for us to do is to just go ahead and fold the down part of the skirt.